Hi everyone. In today's video, I'll walk you through how I have automated the vendor invoice processing workflow using n8n. If you work with multiple vendors or receive a lot of invoices every month, you know how painful it is to manually extract that information like invoice number, amount, vendor details. So in this workflow, I have tried to build small automation which take the files from Google Drive and then extract that information via OpenAI chat model and put the information back into the Google Sheets. Okay. I'll start with showing how different formats I'm using. So, for example, in this particular invoice format, so first of all these vendor invoices are taken from ChatGPT. So, I've requested ChatGPT to create some random invoices, and here it is. Uh, so this is first one. You can see all the details like invoice number, bill to, um, supplier number, subtotal, and the format, right? Now, when I have triggered the workflow, this is the result that I've got. So I have just taken few fields, for example. You can also work this workflow with multiple fields. So I've just taken this, few fields that I'm currently showing just for reference. Whereas in the second invoice, the format is completely different. So why I've taken, different formats is just to make sure that this particular workflow also works with different formats because usually every vendor uses a different format. So this is also a vendor invoice with, invoice details, purchase order number, plant, item codes and everything. And hopefully, what we'll do is we'll try to run this and extract the information, and we'll see that whether the Google Sheet is updated correctly or not. So let's go to the n8n playground. Okay, so I'll just click on each node one by one. So the first is the Google Drive node. So basically, what I've done is I have set up my account here, and we can also schedule this. So it totally depends. Right now, I'll manually execute this, and also I've given which Google Drive in folder it has to go through. So currently I have created the folder name as invoice. So it will take the invoices from that folder only. And it has to watch for every new file created, right? So right now, I'll just take the file, the invoice number two that I have shown, right? So I'll just fetch this test event and we'll see that this has extracted some data. Okay. Uh, so the file name and is file name, the email address, and all that stuff, but it hasn't extracted the data, right? For that step to happen, what we need to do is we have to download that file. Okay, so we have to again use a trigger, download file. In this we have to again assign our Google Drive account and make sure that what we want to receive in this particular case, we have to make sure that we are giving the same ID. So we are just telling the Google ID, or this workflow here, that you have to take care of only this particular ID, right? So since this is dynamic, so we are not hard coding it, and it will automatically take from the latest file that has come via the workflow, via the previous state. So we'll just execute this particular step as well to see how it works. Okay, so now you can see this has created a binary output, and now this file can be downloaded and can be used by n8n for the rest of the workflows. Then we'll move forward with our next step, that is extracting the information from the file. So right now we are just extracting that information from the file. Um, so what it will do is it will just take the information in JSON and all other formats. So you see, we got all this information under the text section, uh, right? So it is taking every information out of that invoice, not in a structured format, and we are going to structure it in the next stage. So we'll just take another node, information extractor. So what we are trying to do over here is that we are taking that unstructured information and putting that into a format, a structure that we want. So in this particular case, I have taken some fields such as invoice number, payment terms, bill to, due date, right? So all this information I have taken that from here. So whatever you want, you can put that information, and the system will make sure to take that information and put that in this particular fields. So right now you see the information was in unstructured format. Once I execute the step, what it will do is it will take that information and put that in a format. So you can see now, just let's take that in. Yeah. So in the table format, you can see, the invoice number, payment terms, bill to due date, everything is coming as, in a structured format. Now, the next and one of the most important step is what to do with this particular information. So basically, what I have done is I have just used a Google Sheet. I have referenced that same Google Sheet. With this particular node, I have given, the exact file name. Along with that, what I have also done is I have mapped whatever column that I need. For example, in this particular case, I need invoice number. So I just drag and drop this invoice number to this particular section, and it would automatically map all those details. So we don't have to do anything manually. Automatically, the system will take the things dynamically in this particular step. So before that, just again go to the Google Sheet and let's see, that right now this particular sheet is it doesn't have that these details. Let's close this. And right now, once we execute this particular step, it should append that particular sheet. So, for example, right now it's showing it. So, even in this particular Google Sheet, we should be able to see that information. Yeah. So, you can see that, the second row is updated into a system with all these details. So, this is how we can automate some part of our invoices via n8n very quickly. Yeah. So, this is how, the workflow is completed. Thank you.